Welcome to Inside Raider Nation, live here from Sharksburger. I'm your host, Sonny Zapeta, joining me again this week, each and every week. Gosh, Coach, 7 years in a row, but it's not as long as that anniversary that you have.
Yep.
Yeah?
Big day.
Big day today.
Big day today, yeah.
How many years is it, Coach?
18.
18
years.
years.
Yeah. She's put up with me that long.
She deserves a
Miracle.
medal.
Oh, beyond medal.
Not only putting up with you for that long with being a coach's wife, so definitely deserves a medal. So happy anniversary to you and Coach Brandy Mann.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll call her
Definitely.
Coach Brandy Mann. She is the head coach at the Mann household. Is that right?
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. She is definitely the head coach there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been truly a blessing. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs in this profession, and being married is tough, and but we've managed to stay through it, and she's been one of those, no matter what, I know, best friends, rock, great mother to the boys, so she makes it easy. I'm the one that makes it probably hard half the time. So
Don't we all us husbands do. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm sure a lot of wives are shaking their head and agreeing, looking at their husband, and yeah, it's always that. But we wish you guys a happy anniversary, and we're going to move on from that. We have a full lineup. We have highlights, a lot to talk about as we see some of the offensive guys walk in with the defensive guys, so that's good. Money, Mason Shore, Zach
We got a big house
Lacombe. You have
tonight.
Justin Cannon, Nico Fisher, Mr. Nick Hudson.
I got Boone's here. I see Boone.
Boone, I see
I see
Simpson.
Daniel Myers. Simpson's in the house. Jay's
Christian, Coach Elpag. We
We packed it out tonight.
Yeah, we still got room, and they still got burgers. I hear them cooking back there. So come on down to
Smells great.
Sharksburger. Yeah, join some Shark Bites or one of the hamburgers. But we have to thank all our other sponsors as well, not just Sharksburger for hosting Inside Raider Nation, but also the Crossover, Smile Doctors, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Chaparral Ice Center, Jamie Armstrong of eXp Realty, and then Texas Medicare Advisors and Covert Cadillac.
Yeah, Texas Regional Bank, as well as one of our sponsors, Lacombe Chiropractic and Massage Center, Yard Bash, Rock Springs, One Touch Point, Serenity Pools. Again, we said Sharkburger, and then also The Grove.
We appreciate all the sponsors bringing you Inside Raider Nation as well as Rouse Raider Football. And we have to tell everybody, I mean, we're trying to get on Facebook, but obviously with our problems today, that was going to be a little bit of an issue. So hopefully you join us on YouTube Live. But I believe the Booster Club, who communicates, by the way, probably would you not agree? I think last year was really good, and they turned the corner, but this year has been even better. So
by far.
They communicate really well. So hopefully they get that pushed out so people can watch it. But they can also watch the recording. And we also appreciate those that tune in and give us feedback and give us information like they did on Friday. So appreciate Mr. Jeff Tatum, who helped us out. And he had one question because he says,
Oh, boy.
There was at one point during the game that the on-field camera, I think, caught you and the official maybe exchanging addresses for Christmas cards.
Yeah, I try to get that done sometime in the game. See what they had planned for Thanksgiving, those types of deals.
And it looked like he was hard of hearing, maybe in one ear, because you kind of were projecting your voice. Was that
Well, it's
true?
because the student section was so loud
That-
at the game.
Okay.
I had to be louder to get just the address correct, because you don't want to send in the
Wrong
card
address,
to the wrong
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just
that
don't.
would be,
That would not
be
be
dangerous.
good. Yeah, so
you know.
and we didn't actually have that on the stream, but that caught the camera, and Cody was like, I think he's exchanging addresses down there. He's having an earful, but it's just part of it, and that's what we love about football, to see all the aspects of it. Student section, shout out to the Rouse student section,
Oh
who
my
was
gosh.
by far, I mean, that was amazing how loud they were, and they all got to come. Volleyball moved their game up so that those girls could come. The seniors could enjoy homecoming. And we tasked Sterling Shore, who's our statistician, behind-the-scenes guy. How many times has Rouse won their homecoming game?
Oh gosh,
Yes.
I don't know that.
Well, I know it's the last two seasons.
I know we've won the last two. We went on a streak there for a while. We did not win that game. I want to say maybe 4 total.
Yeah, I think he had maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, it
For sure,
yeah,
but
maybe just 4 or 5.
You can't really tell because
We
it's not
kind of
marked.
drew Cedar Park a couple times on that date, so that didn't quite go as planned.
That didn't work out for homecoming.
And that wasn't our original pick for homecoming. And the way certain calendar events, certain things happen where you can't do what you want to do in those dates,
Yeah.
and so depending on if you want to have it the first game out or you want to wait till the last game. Sometimes you have to just pick one of those home games and do it. So
yeah. So we're going to talk about first, Coach, because we have some highlights. But we're going to talk about the game with Conley, and looking at kind of your possessions, their possessions. I mean, they were going toe for toe with you right there at the beginning, and I'm not sure they've seen film, and I'm sure everybody else has seen film. How you don't block number 16 on the outside. Their first possession was a block punt, which resulted in a touchdown. But then they came back, and it was big plays, really, that got them in the end zone. I know Luke was going for the interception, and it just was, half a second off. And they just made the play, and there was nobody behind him. But you look at your possessions, there were the first 3 possessions were touchdowns, and then the next one was an interception, and then you followed up finishing the half with 2 touchdowns. And in the second half, it was touchdown, and then a long drive. You really had pretty good field position when you look at your own 37, 42. You started your own 25. At one point, the last drive before half, you started on the Conley 46-yard line. That was 5 plays and a touchdown. The second one, or the first one to Jalen on the night, and Troy with 3 touchdowns on the night from Mason as well. But it was, there was a drive that was sustained for 13 plays that we had. That started on your own 42. And it was just methodical. And you punched it in. Zach Lacombe got his second touchdown on the season,
got
rushing.
2. Justin Cannon had 2.
Yeah.
Receiving and rushing. He had a big explosive run, so that was nice.
Yeah, and I pulled a Chris Berman on that one. Shot out of a cannon, Mr. Justin Cannon.
Mr. Justin Cannon.
Cody thought
Big Ben. You were getting Big Ben.
Yeah, I got the
there.
Big Ben. And it's just,
I heard some chuckles in there.
I was laughing at myself. Besides the time that was highlighting the scores that we were already at the game. But
you look at our drive summaries, and again, we're extremely explosive. And, we scored on the first play on offense. And like you said, we turned around and get the block. So we were up 14-0. They chipped away at it, then we were able to – we never punted all night. You even run the punt team out, which is always a goal for Coach Pleasant. So that was nice. And, we got them in chunks here and there. It's hard when you're scoring on such short – we get short fields and we're scoring so fast. It's great. Don't get me wrong. We're going to keep that train going. Yeah. But it's also hard because, one person's getting a chunk of those yards at a time. And it's, when you get into the statistics of the game, it's hard to spread that out, as much as many weapons we have. So – that's why sometimes when we go for some 2-point plays and some of those opportunities, it gives another guy another chance to get another play down there. And it's strategic risk, but those are also added plays that don't go in the stats, don't go on, like Donnie getting the 2-point this week. That was another way to get him another touch in the game. So there's a lot of ways we try to get creative in that, but, it's been really fun.
Yeah, and we had some stats, I think.
Just overall now, you taking the Conley game, Mason's now – completed 88 for over 1,000, over 1,600 yards right now in the season.
Wow.
21 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's a pretty good ratio. Just the pace he's on, he's liable to hit 45 or 50 before the season's over, and that's just regular season.
Yeah.
So not playoffs. And then you look at our rushing yards for the year. Justin Cannon's leading us, 44 carries at 361. He's averaging about 8.2, 2 touchdowns. Calvin Daniels had a really good night again. 36 carries, 218 yards. He's averaging 6.1. Marcus is averaging 6.9. And then number 24 showed back up in the stat book, which we were excited to be able to get him in the game, get some of that rust knocked off. And he already looked like a different guy at practice this morning. Just getting that first game, he averaged 5.5. Then you go down to our receivers, which is, a definitely explosive group. And this is what I'm so proud of. As you look at our numbers, Troy has 27 catches, Jalen has 25. Troy has 566 yards, Jalen's right under him at 512.
Wow.
Both have average about 20 yards a catch. Both have Jalen's long was 72, Troy's was 79 in this year. Troy's got 8 touchdowns. Jalen has 7 touchdowns.
Yeah.
How balanced can you be right there between those two? And that's also not count what Corey Simmons is adding to the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, had one long touchdown run call back. Was a great run.
Yeah.
Finally getting him explosive. And then, on tackles this season, another thing that I was really proud of, you look at our tackles, we got Zach Lacombe at 39, Adamas at 20, Luke Meadus at 21, Ben Armstrong 37, DeLeon 31, Davis 22, Mann at 26, Lyons at 25. And then Peyton Vest got his 2 picks.
Yeah.
Big night for him. Zach Lacombe has 2 on it this year. And then, like you said, DeLeon with special teams. That's his 4th block. 3 on punt and 1 on PAT this year.
He just had, it was, and you talked about it even last year. And Coach Pels, I remember talking to him. He's like, he's so close. He's going to get one. And it's like a year, and he's just now. I mean, automatic. Like when they went back to punt, I'm thinking they got to block him, and they didn't, and he came on that edge, and it was just. I mean, he could have taken the ball off his foot.
Oh my gosh! And
Yeah.
We assume that's going to get fixed, and we have other ideas.
Yeah.
Not just bring him off the edge, but we're going to come out and see what they do, and then we were going to counter it. But it was there the first time, and honestly, after that, we really went safe the rest of the night. Probably could have got 2 or 3 more, but wanted to get some returns set up. Wanted to get Troy involved in that part of the game because there's no way for him to touch the ball. And explosive and deadly is. He set up us one with some good field position on another.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see the highlights here. We'll just start with the highlights and go through those because we have about 16 clips, I think.
Yeah, Conley, coming in, we knew they were going to be explosive on offense. They had some talented receivers. 17 throws a great deep ball. There's a couple things, we wish we strategically didn't. We'll start off with a great kick. I thought Mason was his best night kicking to that. We've been working that, getting that to the corner, and he was dead on that corner. We should have had another one that they missed a block on the first one that he got loose on, which I was like, how did he get out of that? Well, you look at the end zone, Calvin gets just blindsided in the back, or I don't think he gets anywhere on it. A great pursuit. I thought Caden Heitzman had a really good night on special teams. Calvin has been doing his job. Marcus Vest staying home on the backside. I believe this is the first play of the game, or second play of the game. But first touchdown. Again, looking just to get some good yardage here, and then Troy just does what he does, and then, of course, Jalen Becerra on this backside. Here it comes. Just clean. Takes out 2. Donnie busting his tail down the field to get in front. Obviously, Troy's speed is enough. But when you got guys, and Coach Cecil came up to me before the game and was like, man, your receivers are a bunch, how great they are. And he was hoping for rain. And we were joking about that. And he's like, it's the only way I'll slow them down. He goes, but we made our receivers watch how your receivers block. Yeah. And that's a credit to what we do there. And, I mean, playing physical. Sometimes we're too physical, right on that line.
Yeah.
Troy's got some penalties this year for excessive blocks and, getting physical with it. But
I think
great play here.
Yeah,
this is coming out second half.
Yeah.
We made some adjustments at halftime, put our guys in some different circumstances, and Peyton Vest had 2 interceptions. That was nice to see him. And how cool the same weekend his brother gets one.
Yes.
And that was pretty neat for that family. So that was really cool.
Except Morgan's was not a pick 6, and Peyton's was.
And he actually looks pretty fast right there. So that was real exciting. We were super happy for Peyton. Good bounce back for him this week.
And then this one, obviously, we're kind of alternating between offense and defense here, but just wanted something you don't see a whole lot. And
he fooled you on that one, I heard.
Yes, he got me on that one. Because we're never used to seeing.
He fooled us on it too. To be honest, we didn't anticipate Mason pulling the ball on that, and it's it's been there. We've talked to him about it. It's one of those things, and they tried to bring both linebackers, and he saw it, and I thought he did a great job with his legs that night. I mean, 2 or 3 times they covered us, stayed deep, and we line sealed the edge on the sprint out, and he went and got positive yards and kept us ahead of the sticks and didn't put us in a bad situation.
There's going to be a lot of more RPOs in the play calling, I doubt, for Coach Pleasant.
This
one here I thought was – and Peyton is the recipient of this interception, but if you watch – and we'll get to see it again here from a different angle, but you watch Ashton Davis drops back and just does what he does supposed to do, right? Tip it?
He just plays off. He's got the shallow route, sees that it's carrying it, stays underneath it, gets hands up. Ashton's just been playing extremely well this year across the board, and when you get those tips like that, usually end up good things for the defense. And so that was nice to see all that come together. Had a pretty good rush on the guy on that. So this looks like I know what this is.
This one is the one that was coming. Yeah, their first offensive series, and they have to punt and left side of the screen. You just watch what Jacob does.
I don't know if he'll get any easier than that. I mean, he literally just took off his foot, but still did a great job of avoiding and getting there too quick. I was really happy getting to scoop a score. That was pretty cool. Yeah. I won't lie to see. Well, that's something I didn't ever get done in high school, so congratulations. But great job taking off the foot. What I was really proud of is up back here, they don't know it's blocked, and they're doing their job because we have 2 block on, but we like to Jesse James and hold the guys up, and keep them from getting down the field. So I was really proud, when you look at the back half, how good they were doing their job on their assignments too.
That's a good point. And this one, another offensive highlight here.
Oh, yeah. We've been waiting for this all. We saw it early in the Westwood scrimmage. He broke the one, and then obviously got him open into space. They started playing looser in the box. We hit Jalen out there so many times, hit Corey out there so many times that we knew the box was open. And O-line just working to levels all the way across.
You can rewind that a little bit, Cody, and just watch, I believe it's Zach Allen and Blake Meyer-Phillips.
Yes, sir.
Just taking, I think I probably could have run through that hole. I wouldn't have got that far, but I could have got through there.
Just
it's just a
it,
great
and
block.
Works up, not
Yes.
just staying on him. Works up to the next guy. They
Yeah.
identified everybody in the box. Great play by them. And if he gets in space, there's not many that are going to walk him down.
No, that was a great job by the O-line. They did a great job all night. Another defensive play here for the Raiders.
This will be Christian Lyons setting the edge. Good scrape by Ben, chasing down Allen Davis, all right in on that play right there.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of had tendencies when 3 comes in. He's more the runner, so we played a little more aggressive up front. Try to play a little softer to 17, so pretty good reads.
Yeah, that's a good job setting that edge and that contained by Christian Lyons again.
Oh, this might have been the play of the night by Jalen right before half. Clock, I think, expired right there.
Yes.
When he caught it on the 5, I was like, he's going to score. They're not going to keep him out. He's such a beast on the field, man. It's so fun to watch him.
Yeah, I think you see it about right here where
Oh,
he just
get off me.
denies it. And then reaches for the end zone. Great play. I mean, great individual effort there.
Oh,
And then, of course, it's good to see this.
yeah,
to
I'm
see this
so
again.
happy. Really happy. I mean, it's tough to come in a season when you've been the 1,000-yard rusher, you've been all district, you know, and you worked so hard all summer to have a setback that he had, and to start getting him back in the mix. And, you know, the thing we notice immediately is he goes forward. He goes forward on every play. You don't tackle DJ for loss hardly ever.
Yeah.
He's so strong lower body, and it was just such a blessing. That as a senior, you know, he got back out there. And the same with Grant Newman. You know, we got him back in the mix last night as well, and coming off an injury. And so we're hoping to, you know, that he can sustain that and still get to come out and play. So
Yeah, good job there. And then this was the trying the end around. They were trying.
they got us once on it, so kudos to them on that. They called it. It was a good red zone call on them. You know, we kind of had gotten the same problem against Bastrop. Great job by both sides, staying at home. Great job by, again, Ashton Davis just being where he's supposed to be, doing his job.
Yeah, that was a great play. And I think this one, there was at one point single coverage, and I kept pointing to Cody top of the screen
Yeah.
like it's coming. And he's put it – I mean, this right here was –
That's not fair. Like say we coached that, but that's number 2, just being better than that guy. Good job of taking the shot, getting it out there. Great protection. EJ, again, the pickup on the block. If that doesn't happen, that play doesn't work. And so definitely nice to see that happen.
Yeah, he just does the rest. And I think he burns him again in the second half, just gets behind him. But here was a great run there by Calvin Daniels.
He's really playing at a high level right now, you know. So, you know, I know we had a little setback there after that play. We're thinking about him. He'll be back in the mix before it's over.
Yeah.
I know he will. He's such a hard worker. Such a great special team player, too.
Yes.
Does a phenomenal job on special teams for us.
Yeah, there's another defensive play here where, again, 3, the quarterback, and just setting that edge. And
yeah, Nico did a great job on the edge there, taking on his guys, stretching out. Zach's in his lane. Jace did a great job of not getting cut and taking 70 on and then coming off. And we'd missed a lot of tackles going against that guy, but that was one of the times we executed well. I had to put this on here, even though it came back, which that ain't a holding call. I'm just saying that's 2 pancakes by Marcus and Donnie out there, and Corey just doing work right here. Great job. Alex DeVille gets on his guy, running him. He's on the ground. We had like 3 or 4 pancakes on that play. So nice stop, cut back, kind of start seeing flashes of Drew Henson coming back out in Corey, and that's what we need him to be this year for us.
Yeah, and then this one I think it was when Troy got behind the defense.
Yeah, we had a little out and up on this. Good pickup by Marcus again, coming back to the bill, picking it up, and he's just open.
Man, and just dropping the dime there as Mason hits him in stride. And everybody's kind of like we are, enjoying the show and just letting Troy do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely his night. We pulled some guys early before that. We had a couple scares on with some guys on the sideline in the third quarter. Some of our starters were starting to get banged up here and there, so making sure that they weren't out. And then, we looked up and we were expecting defense got the stop. Of course, they get the pick 6, so they're back out there. It was midway through the third before we got the ball, and we wanted EJ to get that first series out. So obviously we were going to get him involved in the game, and so it took a couple of possession things that we wanted out. But after that series, we kind of started pulling guys, getting other guys reps, and it was fun. You know, we still got to work our stuff. Everybody's like, well, you're running it up. You know, we practice a lot of things, and then we want to give some of those other guys those same windows and opportunity. And when you got guys as good as we have, you know, Cross, and you got to get them all touches somehow. So it's a really big challenge, but Coach Pleasant does a great job. I thought we rebounded well defensively after a couple. We got to eliminate the big plays. That's too many games that we're giving up some big plays in the throwing game. We're in place. It's just still a few things to some younger guys that haven't been on the field very long, and they're starting to gain that experience. So, but we've got a couple weeks. If we don't get that cleaned up, it'll cost us. So we got some work to do on both sides. Still rotating a lot of old linemen in, so we're still working that gel up front. But overall, it was homecoming, big win.
Great crowd.
Sweep for the week.
Sweep.
Freshmen won again. Freshmen stay undefeated. JV right now only has one loss, and they're undefeated in district right now. And so I can't remember. Coach Elrod told me 13-2 overall in the program.
Wow.
At this point, halfway through the year. So somewhere in that, I'm not for sure. But I let Coach Elrod's my stat guy, but he was telling me that. I was like, oh, gosh, you're right. And that's, I think, our fourth sweep of the program. Other than Weiss, we've swept everybody we played all three levels. So, again, a lot of great things happening, which means a lot of great kids, a lot of great community, and a lot of great coaching going on. So I'm proud of all the levels that are happening for us right now.
And a lot of great moments that A to Z tries to capture each and every week. And looking forward again to this week. They travel to Elgin, varsity does, and then freshmen travel, right? Is that correct?
Freshman goes. When we go, they go.
There you go.
Yes,
and then
JV will be back home.
JV will be back home on Thursday, 6 p.m. for those. So just watch social media, Booster Club, their Facebook page, A to Z Sports Media page. We'll keep everybody updated. So we're up against our first break. We come back. We're going to have Coach LaPaglia.
Yeah, Coach LaPaglia here.
He is primed, ready to go. He's been working on his interview skills. May just hand the mic over to him and let him do the rest of the show.
No doubt.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. We'll come back from break and we'll talk to the coach and one of his players. We'll be back with more Inside Raider Nation right after this. The Crossover's vision is to give kids and adults a chance to find out what they're passionate about and to motivate them to work hard to achieve great things. We want to bring families together in one destination where they can enjoy their time together no matter what dreams they are chasing. From here, you can go anywhere. The Crossover is Cedar Park's premier sports, wellness, and entertainment destination and is a proud supporter of Rouse Raiders football. Visit crossovertx.com to learn more and go Raiders. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Our pits are 100% wood-fired with oak, a slower burning wood than mesquite used by others. Along with thyme and oak, we cook with a dry spice that ensures each plate of Rudy's Barbecue is perfectly ready for you. Apply some of our famous sauce and dinner is served. Welcome back to Inside Raider Nation. Sonny Zappetta along with Coach LaPaglia of the Rouse Raider football coaching staff. Coach Elpag, affectionately known. I'm not going to call you Coach Cavs anymore. Coach Elpag. Elpag is what we're going to call him. Coach, glad you could join us, first of all. Appreciate
Likewise, thanks for having me.
This is year how many for you, coaching?
This is my 9th year.
9th year.
Yeah.
Where's time gone?
Who knows? Yeah, it's been incredible, but it's gone super fast.
Almost like your kid growing up, right? You turn around and you're like, whoa, how did he get that big?
So he's been here for 7 of them. And
wow.
Grown up around Rouse Raiders.
Grown up around Rouse football. That's not a bad thing.
I know the more coaching years I've had.
Yeah, there you go. So you're going to be able to stick around until he's high school level?
That's what I'm hoping, yes, sir.
Yeah, we hope the same thing. That would be fun to see. But anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the football things that have happened. I mean, you obviously coaching some of the freshmen, right? You see you at the freshman JV games.
Yes, sir.
But your outside linebackers. Talk a little bit about that outside linebacker group that you have.
Well, freshmen through varsity players, through seniors, a lot of really good talent, really, really good kids, variety of personalities, so it makes the group really fun to coach. The future is very bright there. I know we got some young sophomores coming up that are extremely talented and ready to go. got our seniors who push each other. Jace, who obviously pushes everybody else, and even as a junior is kind of the leader of the group. But overall, really, really good group that I'm very excited to be able to coach until the next couple of years.
Yeah, especially with the defense and the style that you guys play. I mean, those guys have to be. I mean, you got an athletic group. Let's just be honest. They're having to support the run, but also in pass coverage as well. So, it's. Have you seen any of those kids that kind of come from like you hear about all the time? And I think back to a kid that maybe a running back, and then he goes a defensive lineman or a linebacker. Have you converted any of those kids? Kind of one that sticks out in your mind that was just like, wow, he surprised me. Why didn't I do this sooner? Have you had any of those kids?
Well, actually, Christian is a guy for us who has played all over the field. He started out as an inside linebacker and then converted over to outside backer. He's played a couple other things. Jace, as a freshman, was our stud receiver. Wasn't really known for his defense as a freshman, then comes along as a sophomore and really shows out on the defensive side of the ball, and the rest is history, and hopefully more history to be made. But both of those guys, both starters, actually converted from different positions to play where they're at right now.
And I think that's the culture, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that's just doing the job that's needed, not worrying about this is where I can help the team, then that's what I want to do. I think to Nick Hudson, who's at tight end, well, he's deep snapping. He does a lot of things that are beneficial, and you see that all over the field, and I think it kind of trickles down to those sub-varsity kids. Like, we see it all the time. And, of course, they don't really know. You don't know what a freshman kid's going to be, and you don't want to kind of pigeonhole them, but you see that. And I think that's just the culture that's being built, and these kids that are getting the opportunity, I mean, like Jace is a sophomore being on varsity, those kids see that, and they kind of have the responsibility of those kids looking up to them.
Yeah, without question. I think 100% the culture that Coach Mann and the other coaches have created at Rouse, the unselfishness, the willingness to go play and do whatever for the team, is really what's part of our success story currently. Like I said, Christian has gone from inside backer to outside backer, back to inside backer, and then back again. So he is a prime example, a true story of doing whatever it takes to help out the team.
Look forward to talking to him in a little bit. Now the tough questions, Coach. Favorite flavor of ice cream? Do you eat ice cream?
Yeah, I eat ice cream.
Okay.
I'm actually a sweet tooth. So.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Favorite flavor of ice cream, I'm going to go just banana split flavor from Bluebell.
Okay. No, that's the first. I don't think we've ever had that.
There you go. Good.
I mean, Coach Elrod's coming with coffee. I'm not sure about that one, but coffee ice cream, I'm not sure.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know. It's Coach Elrod. Yeah. Favorite food of all time? Like you could eat it all the time, 24/7.
Favorite food, I'm happy to go with stuffed pork tenderloin from the store Stuffed. It's actually one of my favorite things. Really, really good.
All right. What's a food that you would never eat again, ever?
Liver.
Okay.
Chicken liver.
I think Coach Mann.
Not a fan. I tried it when I was a kid. Didn't sit well, and then I tried it again as an adult, thinking, well, your taste buds change. Other people like it, and it never grew on me.
They never. Yeah, I don't. I'm right there with you on that. So, what's one thing that you enjoy doing? Football's over, baseball's over. Of course, baseball had a long run last season, so you didn't have much.
One
of time.
runs into the other nowadays.
I mean, it was
so
literally one into the other, and then
Yeah.
you turn around, it was like, oh, we're back to August again. So during that time that you had downtime, what's Coach LaPaglia doing?
My favorite thing to do is obviously just spend time with family. The more time I get, but being with my brothers or being with my friends, and just hanging out by either the pool or by the lake is my favorite things to do.
Okay, cool.
Wake surfing, do a lot of wake surfing in the summer. Whenever I get the chance with my brothers, it's really fun.
Okay, well, that's good to know. I didn't know that about you. So see, that's why we do this, because we want to learn about Coach LaPaglia and all his interests. All right, Coach, I think we've taken enough of your time, and Christian Lyons is chomping at the bit.
He's been dying to get over here. He loves to talk.
Yeah. This is probably, I think, one that I've been looking forward to the most.
Oh, yeah, CrossFit is ready.
Yeah, to get him to talk a little bit and see what he's all about. So before we let you go, anybody want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, of course. Shout out to Angelica and Bryson at home. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Thank you.
All right, Coach LaPaglia. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have one of the Rouse Raider football players to join us, and we'll talk to him. We'll come back with more Inside Raider Nation right after this. The Crossover's vision is to give kids and adults a chance to find out what they're passionate about and to motivate them to work hard to achieve great things. We want to bring families together in one destination where they can enjoy their time together no matter what dreams they are chasing. From here, you can go anywhere. The Crossover is Cedar Park's premier sports, wellness, and entertainment destination and is a proud supporter of Rouse Raiders football. Visit crossovertx.com to learn more and go Raiders. Welcome back to Inside Raider Nation, live from Sharksburger, and I have with me one of the Rouse Raider seniors for our senior spotlight moment. I'm going to let this young man introduce himself to everybody.
Hello, my name is Christian Lyons. I'm outside linebacker for Rouse.
Okay, this is good. This is good because I haven't got much out of you, but we're going to get all these tough questions are coming your way. See this long list of them?
I do.
I got them. There's no math questions, though. Is that good?
I'm pretty good at math. So
okay, well, then we're not going to ask because I don't want to look bad. All right, pregame superstitions. Do you have any food that you have to eat, where you put on your equipment?
Well, this year we picked up, me and a couple of the linebackers picked up taking honey shots before the game.
Okay.
So that's something we started doing. And then I usually do a shot of pickle juice just to help out a little bit, and that's about it.
Okay. All right, what's on your playlist that you're listening to getting ready for the game?
Well, I don't really listen to a lot of music, so don't really listen to it on the way or anything.
Okay.
It's just quiet.
Quiet? All right, so what's in your vehicle, like the car you drive? What are you listening to the most?
I drive a Kia Sorento, and usually country or nothing.
Country?
Yeah.
I was way off. I was thinking like hard rock, something like 80s, Metallica, sometimes. But country? Yeah. Okay. Any specific new country, old country?
Old country.
Old country. There you go. Not Luke Bryan?
And then the Randy Rogers Band.
Okay, there you go.
I like them too.
Coach Mann nods in approval. That's good. That's good. All right, so if you won $1 million, or you received $1 million, you didn't even win it. You received $1 million. What's the first thing you buy?
Ford F-150 Shelby.
Okay, well that was quick. I think he's got it planned out. All right, what do you do after that?
Probably buy a house and then help my family out a little bit.
Okay, help your family just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So
is that your house or a house to put your family in?
My house.
Your house.
My
so
house.
you got a Shelby and a house, and then you kind of maybe a few dollars to the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Act like I love them a little bit.
Yeah. Just a
Support.
little bit support. All right. So what's the plan after high school? What do you plan on doing?
I'm probably going to do an ROTC scholarship somewhere.
Okay.
So that's what I'm looking into the most right now.
Military.
That's about it.
Nice. Okay. Well, we got a lot of Rouse alum in the military, serving, former military. You have a superpower. What is that superpower?
Teleportation.
Teleportation. So you just go anywhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Back in time?
That'd be kind of cool too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, this is the most that I think Christian, I've seen him or heard him talk
Probably.
in a long time, and everybody over on the side can't see him, but they're shaking their head. Yeah? You're doing well, by the way. I think you
you.
could probably have your own segment, but we'll talk about that. What is one of your biggest accomplishments on or off the field?
Probably hitting a squat of 450 for 8.
450.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah? And that happened when?
2 months ago?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the goal now? You already reached that one. What's the next one?
I want to hit 500 before senior year's over.
Okay. Think achievable, Coach? You think that's achievable? Coach is nodding his head. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you can look like Coach Elpag.
I already look better than him. It's fine.
You already look better? I don't know. He's been taking his good vitamins. Did you see him up here? Like, there's room in your sleeves. There's not room in his sleeves.
It's a loose fitting shirt.
Oh, it is a big shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that all the time. We'll go there. That's between you and your coach there. All right, so let's ask you favorite movie, like, of all time.
Probably Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
All right, Maverick or
I like Goose the most.
Goose?
Yeah, but then
Okay.
a second with Maverick.
okay, yeah.
We named our dog after him.
After Maverick.
After Maverick, yeah.
Well, my son has a dog named Maverick as well. He's Black Lab.
Ours is also a black lab.
Yeah, see, it must just be it. I don't know why, but yeah, interesting. All right, before we let you go, because you've done a great job, Anybody that you want to look in that camera and give a shout out to?
My family, they've helped me, they help support me through all this pretty much. Like, they've put up with all my stuff and helped me get to practice on time and all kinds of stuff. I can't even explain to elaborate how much they help.
That's good. That's good. Girlfriend? No? Smart man right there. Save your money. Yeah? Especially during the holidays. Listen to Cody. Cody will give you all kinds of good advice. Okay? All right, Christian, we appreciate it. Good luck on Friday against Elgin. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
Will do.
And we'll look forward to calling your name a lot more, from the broadcast. So Christian Lyons joined us. We appreciate him for our senior spotlight moment. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more Inside Raider Nation right after this.
The Crossover's vision is to give kids and adults a chance to find out what they're passionate about and to motivate them to work hard to achieve great things. We want to bring families together in one destination where they can enjoy their time together no matter what dreams they are chasing. From here, you can go anywhere. The Crossover is Cedar Park's premier sports, wellness, and entertainment destination and is a proud supporter of Rouse Raiders football. Visit crossovertx.com to learn more and go Raiders.
Welcome back to Inside Raider Nation, live from Sharksburger. And, Coach, we're at our segment. That was a good segment by Mr. Lyons.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm beyond impressed. That's great stuff. I love it.
It's amazing when you can put a mic in front of these guys and how well spoken they are, and then you get to learn some interesting things. Country or nothing.
Country or nothing. That's it.
I was way off. I didn't think he was a country guy, but that's why
there are a lot of them that I would say the majority of our locker room probably is, and it's funny because it's that it's the country music that I like to listen. It's the Randy Rogers band. It's got some Wade Bowen in there bumping. I'm just like, all right, we got a chance. Yeah. There is a chance for society right now.
If they know,
then Troy gets a hold of the mic and it's all over.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Troy and Mason fluctuates between what crowd he's with, what music he listens to. I figured out.
It's just a roamer, right?
Oh, yeah.
But if somebody can know who Turnpike Troubadours is, then I would be impressed, right?
Well, that's a good one.
Coach Elpag, shaking head. You know who that is?
Jace knows who they are.
Oh, he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, Red Dirt Country. Isn't that what Coach Elroy?
Red Dirt.
Yeah,
that's what
Red
it
Dirt.
is. Go back to the.
Reminds me of OU, which we'll talk about OU in a little bit. That's from my OU fan, Mr. Judson, and also EJ, by the way.
Yeah, EJ, yeah.
Which we have an interesting game coming up, and we'll talk about that in our weekly pick'em. I know Judson's been nervous the past 2 weeks. I think I'm a little more nervous this week than I usually am.
It's going to be interesting for sure.
It will definitely be interesting. But what's going to be even more interesting is Friday. We travel to Elgin, so we will take on Elgin Wildcats, 7 p.m. Talk a little bit about Elgin because I think we haven't. I mean, it's really kind of like Conley. They've got a lot of athletes. They try to get on the edge, those type of things. But what do they present for your offense defensively that you've seen on film that you're like, okay, that could probably cause us some problems?
Well, it's tough because they have a brand new coaching staff, and so you know sometimes in a district after you play somebody a couple times you can kind of get a feel, you know who they are, what their tendencies, and so that's one of the things. And when I say not just that they're new, you can still see they're looking for some identity on defense. They started off the year kind of in a 4-down front. They've gone to a 3-down, and it's a kind of a hybrid mix between a stacked defense, which is 3 linebackers stacked behind 3 linemen, or kind of a broken 3-4. And they've been last couple weeks they've been extremely aggressive with it. Lots of different fronts, lots of different blitzes, lots of different looks. So they're constantly making you have to find your keys, work to what you're doing, and come down. And they're starting to find their groove with it. And so that's scary when you're starting to figure that out. So I think we're going to get, which we have the last couple weeks, offensively. Everybody that we thought, okay, they're 4 down, that's what they're going to do. We still have worked ever since the Weiss game because Weiss never jumped in really 3-4, and they got in a lot against us. So each week we're working on those fronts no matter what, because we almost can't predict what they're going to do to us. We have to be able to work on everything and be ready to handle for much. And for the most part, we've been successful with that. I mean, I thought our O-line is really starting to identify the front. Is it a 3 down? Is it a 4 down? Who we got on our schemes, and that's been really fun to watch because that's the nerdy part of football right there in the trenches. So they're going to have to be the nerds again and really figure out, okay, who are we comboing this to? Who are we pulling to? Who are we kicking? Who are we wrapping? And it puts a lot of pressure on the tight ends and the fullbacks and you know, those guys with the O-line to make sure we're all going. Because you turn one loose, it may be a tackle for loss.
Right.
And then it's going to happen. They're going to hit some home runs. When you blitz, it's you live and die by it. And hopefully we make them die by it more than they're successful with.
So with the 3 down and the 3 stack behind it, does that make your scheme, your rules, and
it breaks your
a
rules.
lot easier,
yeah,
right?
No, it don't. It
makes it
the
harder.
Stack's unique. It's not ran by many people. When you got those 6 kind of in odd places is how you're comboing to those guys.
Yeah.
Kind of changes your angles because they got that extra guy in the box. And so how do you account for him? Are we going to throw off him? Are we RPOing off of him? Okay, now he's tagged in it. You know, there's so many different things we can do to make sure. And then they'll break it, and then they'll be in a 3-4, which – again, where are you counting 2 linebackers, and they're folding in as the snaps coming. So big thing is we're going to do what we do. We're going to get the ball out on the edge to our playmakers. That's going to happen, guaranteed. That's no secret, not revealing anything. Nobody knows. But what I see happening the last couple of weeks is our offensive line establishing more and more dominance, and where our ability to start running the ball more and more and more is starting to become itself. And if we're going to be the team I think we're going to be late and compete maybe for that expectation we want, and to be a playoff team, you have to run the ball. Weather's going to get bad at some point. It's going to be elements. There's things you can do in the secondary that can make it extremely hard. But one thing if you can do, if you can run the ball, life gets really hard as a defensive coach.
When you were talking about the stats and, you know, the yardage per carry that, you know, the 4 are getting, it was like I could see your eyes light up a little bit. Because I remember those days of you were heavy run. You had Marquise Simmons comes straight to my mind. You had guys like that. And then you kind of transition. But now it's like you're balanced and you can do some of that. And you got a full stable back there. And it's
so
just
fun.
Yeah.
It's cheating. When you can throw it out like we can screen it like we can power run the ball. Because we're, you know, a lot of teams that do this, they'll be the inside zone, outside zone. They'll keep it. We're not just an inside-outside zone team. We got a lot of pin pull, a lot of counter schemes, a lot of power schemes in our system. And, again, if you can do that stuff well, now you can be the master jack of all but the master of none, and we want to be the master of all that. And so it's a credit to our offensive coaching staff, Coach Pleasant, Coach Harris, Ramirez, Elrod, Coach Lambert, Coach Noble, all those guys, because there's a lot of things. We don't try to practice real long either, and to get all that done in a week, obviously, it's a system and a plan that's working well right now.
Yeah, it's working well because it's working well on all levels.
Yeah, I think we've scored 3 times over 50 this year now.
Yeah. Wow. That's just amazing in and of itself. And there could have probably been some others.
2 years ago, if we just scored 24, I was jumping up and down. So, it's definitely a big transition.
And we could really go into depth and have lots of questions that Coach Mann and I could sit here and talk. But we want to kind of move on a little bit and not get too technical, right, Coach? That's for probably another show that we could have an hour long, just talking X's and O's and really diving in. But
we're gonna have to up the subscription for that.
We probably that would be a pay-per-view. Yeah, that's a pay-per-view option, by the way, for the Booster Club. That's something you can monetize, but we'll talk about that later. For the offense, obviously getting those guys involved early is going to be key. But I think for your defense, they have gained confidence every week. And you see that, and they're flying around to the football. You see that at all levels. It doesn't matter. Once they start getting confidence, they start believing in the process, and then they just start making plays. You got a lot of playmakers.
Yeah.
That front line, when you have Nick and Ely and Ben, oh my gosh! And I don't remember any year ever that I've been doing Rouse football that you've been that big across the front line.
Not that big.
But then you counter it with Jason and Nico and then Castaneda. And you're like,
Avery
okay.
Manette, you get those guys rolling through there. And it's kind of a lightning thunder package. And what's fun is we can adapt to different teams, and we're going to see varieties coming up in the next several weeks, people that are only going to run the ball, not throw it, It's people that want to spread it and throw it every down. So you're going to have that. What I was real proud as our defense is growing, where I think you're starting to make a transition and see the progression. Obviously, we had the big shutout week before. That was awesome. But, you know, we came off 2 tough games on defense with the Anderson and Weiss. And we had a couple bad moments in the Conley game where in the Anderson and Weiss game, those just kept compounding themselves. We started playing tight. We started chasing goals. And at the Conley game, we shut them out the second half. We made the adjustments we needed to make. The kids went out and executed, and we went forward, and we didn't let that compound itself further. And was really proud of that because Conley got in some too tight eye and tried to get big and ugly with us and then try to spread it out. That's 2 different schemes. We had to match personnel. Again, kudos to the coaching staff, Coach A and all them, and you know, and we were shorthanded because Coach Bells wasn't with us this week. He had a family member pass away this week, so he wasn't with us. So we were a little shorthanded, and the way those guys rebounded and played for him, I was really proud of.
Yeah. Well, I told you I was available if you needed anything, but
you were close. We were almost called.
I didn't have
down.
a color guy, so I had to do play-by-play. Yeah, I couldn't have left
Cody
the broadcast.
Cody could have done it. Cody can run all of it. You're way underselling him. I'm telling you.
He's just the executive producer.
And I'll tell you, I think there's a younger Sabetta that could come in there and take over. Jacob could handle it, too. I think you need to put Jacob on the mic.
Yeah, and he could just say he's me. You know, you wouldn't be able to tell any difference voice-wise. But, you know, a lot of great things are happening, and I think against Elgin, it's 1-0, right? It's just go 1-0 this week. Let's not look ahead. And that's the hard part, I think, for even us as media is we want to go, we're circling this game against Eastview, this game against Brenham and Glenn, and the end of the season. But I think with the confidence that your defense is getting every week, it just makes that matchup even more greater for me. But it's about this week and seeing how much more confidence they can gain and what they can do.
Well, one thing I told them on Saturday and reinforced it today and will all week, you have to understand we're getting in a point of the season. We're week 6, I think.
6. We're halfway.
You know, I mean, you only got 4 games left, which probably in district means you only have 2 games left at home.
All right.
And this is Elgin's one of their last 2 games at home. So what would you do as a senior? I don't care what your record is. I don't care who you have or haven't played. You're a senior playing at your home field for one of the last few times. You're going to get their best.
Yeah.
They're going to come out with a lot of pride. Elgin plays tremendous at home. It's a little bit of a distance travel for us. You know, I told them you have to remember that they're not going to lay down. They can win this game several different ways. Play as close, they win. They can make their season right now off this game because now that we're in the 3rd week of district, there's already some gaps starting to happen. There's only 2 of us that are 2-0. There's a big log jam at 1-1. There's a couple that are. If you can get off that slide and go 1-2, some other people's are going to go fall to 1-2. You can be right back in the hunt. Yeah. Then again, go 3-0. You're putting a gap now in that season where you're getting one close to knowing you're going to have a chance to extend your senior season one more game. Get that cool feeling of being a playoff team and starting to get to those things. So to think that we're going to come in and Elgin's just go, it's Rouse and we're just going to roll over. The one thing I've seen them week in, week out, they have played their freaking tails off. Yeah. That new coach is coming in from Alito. He's used to winning state championships. They're going to come in with a scheme, a plan, and it's just going to it's going to be a dogfight. And then I hope and I feel like the way we practiced today, we understood that message. So I feel really good where we're at. But we got to stay focused for sure.
Focus and go 1-0. So that game will be in Elgin, 7 o'clock on Friday. Can't join us at Elgin, watch online, A2ZSportsmedia.com. We'll have the link. I promise this one is correct. It will have that there. You can watch the Rouse football game. But as we talk about all the great things happening, there's some great things that happen. We have our players of the week that we have to go through and recognize these guys. I haven't put it on social media yet. Obviously, Facebook with their issues today. Yeah. And that ties into Instagram. So we'll
put big reveal time.
It is.
Big reveal time.
Yeah, it's going to be reveal time. And we're going to start with Coach Mann's favorite. I think it's your favorite defensive player of the week.
For the freshman, it was Jude Hill. Did a great job, an outside linebacker for us. Played really well. For the JV, Gavin Wilkie. Gavin kind of came to us out of the soccer program and been around Coach Pels, and he talked him into playing, and he had a great game. Another outside linebacker that's coming on for us at the JV level. Really proud of him. Did a tremendous job. Several tackles for loss against Conley there. And then defense, 2 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown. Really, I thought came in and gave up 1 and then rebounded from it. Yeah. Got from getting on, doing Coach A locking him back in. I was really proud of the way Peyton responded in that game and did a tremendous job. He tackled better, he's getting those little things that we needed to see him grow, and I think he's one of those key cogs to make this defense go this year.
Yeah. I think he's stays healthy. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another
yeah,
thing. But it was a great weekend for the Vest.
Oh, it was. It
Yeah.
was so awesome. I was so excited for Morgan, too.
At NAU, getting an interception. And then our offensive player of the week.
Yeah, offense for the freshman was Jet Kinslow, left tackle, doing a tremendous job. Really bright future for him. And it's kind of a theme of 77s.
There you go. Yeah.
I don't know if they offensive coaches planned that or not, but and then Zach Allen, probably his best game to date, and it's a great deal. Zach's one of those guys, you know, he didn't like offseason very much his first couple years at Rouse. In fact, hated it, didn't want to do it, wanted to quit, didn't want to play. And we just said, just stick with it. I know it's hard right now, and he just has grown up so much. And, you know, he earned that spot, and he really played his top end game. Like we saw the combo in the highlight film. It's starting to click for him, and it's just fun to see that. When that little light goes off and all of a sudden they go from being a good football player to potentially a great, and the way he's starting to work, I was really proud of Zach. And he's become kind of a comedian leader on our team. He keeps everybody light, that's for sure, with some of his deal. And then Jayton was our offense player. He had a big touchdown catch, really ran hard. You know, there's running the ball in that JV's been some tough sledding, but we got better that week, and we're able to get him into the open, and you know, some great blocking down the field, and he got a big touchdown run in the Conley game, so we're really proud of Jayton.
Yeah, they got a 35-0 shutout.
Yeah, they
right?
got a shutout.
Yeah, they got a shutout. So kudos to them.
Yeah, it was an unbelievable game. Then overall player of the week for our freshman, Jacob Dotson. Again, another great game overall, offensively and defensively. Did a tremendous job in and off the field, playing receiver and safety for us. Had some good moments there. John Simmons. Another one of those kids that's sticking it out, you know, junior on JV. Nobody wants to be a junior on JV. Yeah. I mean, but he knows that his time's coming, and he really has worked hard and had 2 touchdown catches, had some really great plays in that game, had another long one, got called back, but it was a really great play and did overall well. And, you know, we finally let Mason have it this week. You know, he's played really well this year, obviously. Yeah. He could be in that running each and every week, but, you know, again, his running ability, how he read that and made some decisive runs, how he executed there right before half. The moment never got big. It looks like the game is really slowing down. Yeah. I think he started off, I think he said 4-4, 6-6 or something like that at some point. A few drops were just, you know, little offs on things, and just really playing at a high note. It's really fun to watch him really just kind of control that offense and really getting into the little things.
Making it his own, and now he's the dual threat quarterback. He's trying to turn into a dual threat.
Like, you trying to be Johnny Manziel or something out here?
He's trying. Yeah. I'm sure his mom was probably cringing every time he took
off
running.
Get down, slide. What is it? Stop, get down. No, whoa. But it was fun. It was really fun to watch.
And then our special forces. I know I have special teams on there, but special forces.
For freshman, Adrian Graves, again, a punt returner and kickoff returner, so did a tremendous job. I think he took the opening freshman kickoff all the way back to the house, if I remember right, in that game. And so he did a really tremendous job. Ryan Hurt had some great tackles down the field. He really did a great job of fitting his lane. You know, and Justin Tatum had I don't know what the kickers drank last week. They need to keep drinking because they were kicking that ball high and pinning them, even at the JV level. Justin's legs is getting stronger, but Ryan was making them pay for it. Yeah. Great job there. And then Blake Lawson. Yeah. Great. Blake, again, Mason Johnson obviously kicked really well, but Blake didn't know he was going to be starting on special team. We had the situation where he had to step in and start like on Thursday, and we didn't know it, and jumped in there, and he one of those opportunities presented itself, and he was flying down the field. He was playing fast. He was dealing with some personal adversity through the week, and was so proud to see him grow. You know, Blake struggled as at times through Rouse and some things, and seeing him become the man he's become this year is just, it's phenomenal. Yeah. It really is. And the way he handled his adversity this week, and he knows what I'm talking about, and just did a tremendous job, and really proud of the way he rebounded this week and played.
Yeah. So it was special teams, and then, of course, we have our sports med, which we can't forget, and our scout team.
Yeah, Aubrey Marsh for sportsman, and then Carter Sadler, again, a new guy that came into the program this year. Conley, I don't know why I was going somewhere else, but Conley, you know, like I said, jumped in that I formation, and then they would spread it out. And really, they did a good. The fullback that they brought in was their middle linebacker. So we kind of had Blake Lawson and not Blake Lawson, Logan Fleming and Carter Sadler both doing those roles. But Carter lost a lot of reps on defense because he couldn't go because we needed him to be that scout running back because he did a great job of simulating that. And no, coach, I don't want to do it, or no, he just as a junior jumped back there and just never complained. And ever soon as I called heavy package, he was the first one running in, ready to go, and did a great job for us, giving us the look we needed to get the things done this week.
And then, of course, the next one is probably my favorite.
We created a new one. I like it.
Yeah, this is Player of the Week has to go to the Rouse student section. And the crowd, but the student section was unbelievable for homecoming.
Great turnout.
They've been that way all season.
They
Coach.
really have. They travel well, considering that we've had some, bass drops way out there. I know we'll have a good group show up at Elgin. There's no doubt about that. And I know next Thursday when we come back to Bible, they're going to be there. But, yeah, they were – we've had some good crowds, and that was up there in Rouse too. We overstocked, thought we were prepared. That's just stand. Tremendous shout out to our Booster Club for rebounding and getting those things back. Even though we was feeding a crazy mob, it was awesome. But that student section was just. I don't know if the boys still say lit or not, but it was lit.
Tough. It was hard. What would be the word, Jace? Tough, hard.
No cap. I don't know.
He says, "I'm out."
They were crunk. Can we still use the word crunk?
Oh, he's going back now.
Well, everybody looks like they're wearing '80s clothes now. We can say they were. I don't remember what.
I don't remember what the '80s.
Rad.
Term.
They were rad.
Yeah, they were
totally rad at the game. No, they're so fun, and but you could see it in the hallways right now. Our football program's doing really well. Our girls volleyball program is doing really well. Tennis and golf are hitting their strides and starting to notch some things that are turning the corner in their program. Swim's off to a great start, broke some records early. And, we know we got an exciting opportunity in basketball season. I know Coach Krause and Coach McDonald are ready to get that going. We had some great success last year in wrestling. He's got his biggest numbers coming back. You start to get this success early in the fall. And the way these students, and tomorrow night, Thursday night, we're playing Liberty Hill in volleyball at Rouse. So, that's a Tuesday night. We haven't had many home Tuesday night volleyball games. So, opportunity for us to get back and do the same thing. So, looking forward to doing that with them. So, amazing job, student section. Keep banging those trash cans. Keep making noise. I love the little water deal that went off. That was awesome. That was
a good moment.
It's just how fun And that's the thing is we had conversations about last year. What a run, how fun, but there was just those moments of missing that stuff. And to see the joy on people's faces is it's special.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful to them for doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that probably will make the highlight reel, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a cool moment for sure. Lots of good highlight reels that we'll talk about. But one highlight reel, and actually Cody's going to pull up. We're just going to segue right into the next one. Highlight for us. Two people at the top, 19 and 11. It was just a matter of time. It was just kind of buying my time.
Gotcha.
I don't know what Cody's doing, but Cody probably needs to play the NFL parlay. Probably needs to win some of Terry Bradshaw's money. I had a better week, but he's 5-0 in the NFL.
Yeah.
That's hard to do. Yeah. And I think it was just lucky picks because you look at his college picks. 2 and 3. He was picking all the underdogs, and it just didn't work out.
At least I beat him in one category. I feel better about myself. I wasn't dead last in the college picks this week.
Coach Mann's just buying his time for the right time.
Oh, yeah,
he's going to make the run, right? Just slowly climb back in.
Not going to happen.
No. It's
possible.
With Cody's picks this week, it's probably possible. I don't know. OU, Texas, everybody except me and Chuck picked OU.
I was torn. I really usually would pick who I think would win that game, and I don't like picking OU ever, but they're not playing well. What I could tell, I don't know. But Texas is kind of on a good roll. I think it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah,
it's going to be an emotional one for those quarterbacks. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm picking OU. I think you and Cody picked Texas. Then we had Arkansas and Ole Miss. You and Chuck picked Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Cody and I stuck with Arkansas.
I think they had that big loss, and they're still. I don't think they're healthy where they needed to be. And the SEC is such a grind, and this is one of those I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's
that's-
honestly like I'm gonna pick them. So if I get it right, I look like a hero and I get back in the running because honestly, Arkansas is probably gonna win the game. But
Yeah. Then we had Georgia and Auburn, and I was going to be like Cody, pick that dark horse and take Auburn, but I don't know that they can beat Georgia.
Georgia's really good.
They're playing really well.
Really good.
And then we had Alabama and A&M. A&M's let me down so much that we all went with Alabama
Yeah.
across the board. I don't know if it'll be close. Maybe Jimbo Fisher has some.
I think A&M's defense will keep them around in the game, but they just don't have any offense.
Yeah.
Then once they lost third quarterback, it's really impacted that team.
And you went with your James Franklin, coach at Penn State, against
Yeah.
Penn State, Iowa. You're the only one who picked Penn State.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have no clue, to be honest.
I'm sticking with Iowa because I picked them against Iowa State, and
Yeah.
they came through, but they're playing at home. They're going to wave to all the kids
Oh,
over
no,
in the
that's so
hospital.
cool.
That is just one of the coolest college
Yeah.
moments. Virginia Tech, the Penn State at home, and the whiteout. I mean, those things just kind of give you goosebumps, but I just don't – I think Iowa's going to beat them. And I think it'll be a great game, but I think Iowa's going to come out on top. And then we go to NFL, Browns and the Chargers. That we're kind of split.
Yeah.
Cody and Chuck took the Chargers, which, yeah, I mean, they played well. They
Yeah.
did some good things, but I'm still sticking with Baker in that offense.
Yeah,
and
I am
Odell
too.
Beckham coming back, and
Yep.
the running backs. Defense is playing a lot better. And then we all picked Dallas over the Giants, which the way they played against Carolina, I don't know if it's for real or not, and I'm not going to say anything as a Cowboys fan because I get too excited. You know, everybody's like, oh, they're going to be in the Super Bowl. Well, it's still early.
Still
A lot
early.
of things can happen. And then the next one was the Bills and the Chiefs. I think we were kind of split there as well, Chuck. And you picked the Bills, and then Cody and I went with the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, Chiefs defense is giving up lots of
Yeah.
points, lots and lots of points, and
Maybe track meet in that
Yeah.
one. I'm not sure. This one kind of intrigued me was the Rams against the Seahawks.
yeah, I didn't like that game on there, to be honest. Like,
Yeah, I went with Seattle. Just I don't know why. I don't even know where they're playing at, to be quite honest. But that was my one pick. Kind of let
the
you
Rams
back in.
kind of led. Yeah, the Rams had I guess they lost this week to Arizona. Put it
Yeah,
on them.
Arizona,
Judson
yeah.
had it on at the house, and I think usually in NFL, like you see a team lose like that after winning, they usually rebound pretty fast. So we'll see.
We'll see if the Cards can keep it going against the 49ers. We all picked the Cards.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers will probably surprise us and play out of their mind. And then
It's
we're
all right because we all picked them, so it won't hurt us.
You won't- nobody's hurting that one. But, yeah, so we'll see how the guessing goes.
Yeah, that's all it is pure
Yeah,
pure guess.
I don't
on
know
this
enough
end.
stats. I'm just, nervous about OU Texas, but I'm just hoping OU can pull it out and win, just so that next week we can play Boomer Sooner over the air for all the UT fans, including our color commentator David Solis, who is a graduate of UT.
There you
and
go.
so it'll be kind of mixed in the booth on Friday. We'll see how that goes, Coach. But we're looking forward to another district game at Elgin. Some good memories from Elgin. Not
Yeah.
really sure press box wise, but we're up
I
in the
remember a
press
young
box.
man making a big kick at Elgin.
Yeah, I remember it. They do have a press box, and I remember almost passing out during
Yeah,
calling that play.
Well, that's the fastest I've seen you get down in the field to interview people.
I actually ran down the stairs. Yeah, I was excited. Not as excited as Coach Mann was. I think there was a kiss involved on the cheek.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You were, yeah. Of course, you told me during that game. I don't know if you remember or not. You've been in a game where a lot of those were not in your favor, and that one actually went in your favor.
I hate when it comes down to a kicker kicking.
Yeah.
I've never had a lot of luck with that. Playing, college, coaching, and Jacob broke it. He fixed me on it.
He fixed you,
So.
and now Mason and guys Tatum. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at the kickers.
We really
Little
do.
Lions.
Yeah,
I say
there's a
little
really-
Lions. He's not very
And
little.
Zach Ramirez.
And then Zach
Zach's
Ramirez.
right in the mix. Zach could easily be the starting kicker for a lot of teams in our district,
Yeah.
no doubt.
I mean, that's another added weapon that's I think going to come into play
I think
as you
so,
get
too.
close to playoffs. But we're going to worry about Elgin this week. So as we wrap up, Coach, obviously any shout outs? We already gave our anniversary shout out.
Yeah, anniversary again to Miss Brandy Mann. Shout out to our coaching staff again. We're in that grind. And there's we're grinding, but we're still human beings outside of that. Thinking about Coach Pleasant and his father. They've had some things going on there, and I know that he's recovering right now. And Coach Pleasant's really been great in having balanced that. So thinking about them. Coach Pels and his wife Beverly lost her father, and so we were thinking about them, and That's recovery. Had to go through that myself last spring. You know, so there's been some things like that on our staff, and then there's just all, you know, our kids are dealing with stuff too.
Yeah.
So, you know, thinking of them. Obviously, the anniversary. My mom just went through some surgeries and had some breast cancer stuff, and then we were waiting to get some things, but it looks like it's on the up and doing well. So there's just a lot of that stuff in life. So I really want to shout out to the coaching staff. I mean, we go early and we meet early on the weekends, trying to give as much time back in the afternoons as we can to their families. And so really appreciate the coaches, but their coaches wise, and then, you know, the time that they let us come up and do what we do and work through that. And then real grateful for the Booster Club because, you know, we've had great food on Saturday mornings. They're taking care of us with the Saturday morning breakfasts, to just making sure we have all the tools that we need. And, you know, they're taking all that communication off our plate so we can coach. They're getting last-minute details all the time, picking up all the little slack here and there on those things so we can really concentrate on the kids and do football, because that's a full-time job.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah,
really appreciate everybody in that. And again, Raider Nation showing up. I mean, we need to have those crowds at every home game, and I really appreciate all the alumni that came back in, and just looking forward to another big game this week, and let's go get a dub and be 1-0.
There you go, 1-0 this week, and then the march keeps continuing. March to the third season that we hope the Rouse Raiders can make. No pressure, Coach, at all.
No pressure.
No pressure. Just go be 1-0 this week, and
Just meet the standard. And we'll do it.
exactly. So that's what we're hoping, and so our thoughts and prayers are with all those that are dealing with that. And again, happy anniversary to Coach Mann and his wife. 18 blissful years, I think, is what he told me off the air. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but shout out to the Booster Club and all that they do for. I mean, so much, Coach. We could go on and on for what they do, but also the people that support the Booster Club, all the parents that get involved and give of their time and their efforts to support all the kids from freshmen all the way up to varsity, because it does take a village and it does take this wonderful community doing what they do and supporting Rouse football. Also, Dino, shout out to him here at Sharksburger for always hosting us and being so gracious, and we're looking forward to Friday night at Elgin.
Go.
So we appreciate everybody tuning in. For the A to Z Sports Media team, for Mr. Cody Franks, our executive producer behind the computer and behind the camera, appreciate all that he does each and every week. And I am Sonny Zapeta for Coach Mann, saying good night and God bless. Until next time. And as always, go Raiders.